everyone, welcome to another video here on the World of Coasters. Today we are over in Staffordshire at Alton Towers Resort. Louise is taking pictures as we enter the park. She's my social media guru today, so she's going to be doing all the Instagram and all that. We are on Louise's birthday weekend trip. It is currently Monday the 19th of August. And we're on our final day at Alton Towers. Now we came out here, did Drayton Manor, which I couldn't film on. That was on National Roller Coaster Day, but it rained all day. Oh yeah, and Louise's birthday. I apologise.
I was 22 then.
22, yeah. It was National Roller Coaster Day and Louise's birthday.
Was that there yesterday?
That was there yesterday.
Oh my god.
So there's the Halloween van. But yeah, like I was saying, we came on National Roller Coaster Day to Drayton Manor, our first ever visit there. And it rained so hard on the first day that we didn't actually film because it was raining too hard, which is a shame. But we got rainy day guarantee tickets. We're going to be going back to Drayton Manor in September, so we can revisit the park and hopefully vlog it. Anyway, we went to Cadbury's World, which you've probably seen the vlog for, and we've come to Alton Towers for 2 days now. We stayed off site in the local Premier Inn, and we're on our second day, and now I'm vlogging this vlog for you. So we're going to head into the park. Louise, where are we going first?
We're going on Hex.
We're going over to Hex, that sort of area first. It's the summer holidays, of course. It's going to be slightly bigger, a bit bigger, busier today. Obviously it's the summer holidays and it is a Monday, so I'm hoping it's not as busy as the weekend. It was quite busy yesterday. It doesn't look as busy as yesterday, but we'll soon find out. Got some street entertainers as we go around. Let's have a look at them. We've got the Alton Towers Fun Police. So it's nice to see that Alton Towers have invested in their entertainment this year. We had, yesterday we came here, we came to the dungeons. They had entertainers around Hex and that sort of area, Dark Forest, for the, trying to promote the dungeons, of which there was a really good offer on. You can book in advance online for £5 each. However, when you're here, download the app. This is a limited offer, by the way. Download the app and have a look for the promotion that is £2.50 per adult if you've got an annual pass. Now that's not just the Alton Towers annual pass, that is Merlin annual passes, that is premium passes. But yeah, £2.50, so a fiver for the two of us. We went on it yesterday again. We had
such a small group though.
Oh yeah, we did go for the last show of the day, so.
Yeah. But it was nice to have such a small group because, like, I think we both got picked on.
Oh yeah.
Which I never do.
There's probably about 10 people in the group, which I think was about right. It was nice, you know. Felt engaged throughout. So yeah, we're heading up to Hex. We're going to give Wickerman a miss. And shall I check the queue for Wickerman? The thing is, we've come in slightly later today. It's 10:05, so I imagine the queues are going to be getting quite busy now on Wickerman because obviously the park's open to the public. They're open for 9:30 for hotel guests and annual pass holders. So we'll have a look and I'll update you in a minute. So we're in Mutiny Bay now. There's been a slight change of plan. We're going to go around past Gloomy Woods. We're going to give Wickerman a miss for now because it's literally an hour queue already. That's the problem. If you miss out on early ride time on Wickerman, let the queue die down because everyone who comes into the park literally heads straight for it. So the queue always rockets. Come about middle of the day, it does drop off a little bit. So park's open till 6 today, but I don't know whether we're going to be staying till 6 because we got a long drive home and Louise's work tomorrow. We're going to go on the Gunpowder, what's this, Marauders Mayhem, the Gunpowder Teacups. Where's the entrance though? Okay, so first ride of the day is going to be Marauders Mayhem. Good teacups, I like the theme in here. This is again where Merlin pull out the stops on their theming, so let's go on this one. I'm sure you're already aware, no filming on the rides here guys, so I won't even be able to give you an on-ride of this, so we'll see you when we get off the ride. So we've just come off of Marauders Mayhem, first ride of the day. Louise regrets immediately. Because unlike the ones at Disney and all that, you can spin them super fast. And they put it on like a double cycle then, so it was like...
So it's quite...
Yeah, and it was crazy. I think Louise is a bit nauseous now.
I'm fine. I'm like fine when I'm off of it, but...
Oh god, it did go on for a little while. Anyway, we're heading round to Container Canyon. We might step on the runaway train and the haunted house, Jewel, nearly forgot his name.
The River Rapids will be busy.
The River Rapids, I don't think the River Rapids opens till 11 or 12.
Oh yeah. No.
So we'll have to wait on that one. We're just coming past the Wickerman now, which, you know, obviously the Wickerman is in Mutiny Bay, but kind of doesn't have it doesn't fit the theme. They made the Wickerman a pirate theme, like a ghost ship. But I do like the Wickerman, to be honest. The original theme for that area, which was Merry England, kind of matched up with it because it was an old English settlement, which you could imagine a cult living in the surrounding forest. If you're coming to this park and you want to know where to go in the morning, if you're not coming in for early ride time, like I say, don't bother with a Wickerman. Smiler also gets very busy first thing in the morning. Your best bet is to go the way that we're going. Oblivion kind of takes a while to build up a queue, but this way you can get the most attractions done quickly. Yep. And Jewel never has a queue this time of day. Runaway Train won't. The Rapids, like I said, doesn't open until 11 or 12, I think. Depends on the time of season. And then of course Nemesis and Galactica are both just like walk on at this time of day.
The furthest point, and you can't get in through that gate. There's no one.
Well, they have reopened the Woodland Walk, which is round the back of Forbidden Valley. So if you're a hotel guest, you can take that walk. If I see it later, I will show you where it is. I think you might be able to use it as a standard guest, but you do need tickets, of course. It is ticketed in the gated entrance now. So as we slip into Katanga Canyon, you got the monorail going over there, and then the runaway train over here. So they've got the extension queue closed off again, and it's just this side entrance here. Which when they actually close this off for the main queue, it confuses people because this entrance isn't very well marked. It should be walk on this time of day. Always preferred this when it was the Haunted House. I only went on it once though, as a kid. I was too scared before then. Is there anyone home? Looks like a good place to find refuge. So we've got all these paintings here which are part of a pack. They're like TV screens and they move. We've been here for a couple of seasons now. Quite cool little jump scare effects. See them all over the thing back in the street. The little girl in the dollhouse has turned off. Yesterday we could see through the window, but it was the no signal ghost sign. So it's a bit of a shame that it's shut. I never knew that this bit actually closed it. So we've just come off of a ride on Jewel. There was a slight delay to getting on it. I don't know, they might have had... Yeah, the pictures weren't working. There was a slight delay of getting on it. A bit of, I don't know whether it broke down or they were just slow starting it up. Anyway, Louise, what did you get?
16,900, which is
I thought it was 19,000. You got 19,000.
Oh yeah, 19,900.
And I got 58,900. So.
Yeah, but one time we did go on here and we got exactly the same.
Yeah, that was
Not
trippy.
bad.
That was in, I think, the 2018 vlog.
It's in there somewhere.
It's in one of the Alton Towers vlogs on the channel. We're going up towards Nemesis and Galactica now. Hopefully the queues won't be too bad on those. I imagine there'll be about 5-10 minutes a piece. And then we're going to be heading over to the other side of the park. I don't know where we're going to go from there because the Skyride doesn't open until midday. So possibly going to have to walk through the gardens, which takes a lot of energy. So we'll see when we get over towards Nemesis and that sort of way. So an update on the park levels as we head around towards the Forbidden Valley. It's very quiet around here, which reinforces the idea of coming here first. Let's have a look at some queue times. So at the moment we have Galactica on a 0-minute queue. Nemesis is currently delayed. It's broken down, so it looks like Galactica's going to be first. Hopefully they're getting Emmy back up and we get on that, because we didn't get a chance to go on it yesterday because the queue was surprisingly long. Right, so Subterra is closed for another season, but they're prepping it for Scarefest by the looks of it. Last year this was one of the horror mazes. I can't think of the name of it. I think it was Subspecies, but it's all being prepared again to be used for the horror mazes. We do have plans to come here over the October half term, but I don't know yet whether that's 100% confirmed.
It will be more November because they're doing their
fireworks
there, so I don't know if they still carry on the Halloween
They do,
season.
goes right on through to the end. But yeah, it looks like they've nearly finished setting this one up. It is a shame to see Subterra gone. Like I say, every time we walk past it, it was an alright attraction. Definitely added to the park, a dark ride. So over here by the Nemesis gun, you'll notice for the 25th anniversary of the ride, they have put more smoke effects in. They've also moved the old Nemesis sign, which used to be on the gantry just over there, is now over here, because it used to just sit on the side on the extension queue, so they moved it over here, which is nice to see because it was kind of a bit disregarded. But originally that sign sat up where this Nemesis logo was here, but they changed the logo in the mid to late 90s to this logo, which is nice. And for the 25th anniversary they've got a Nemesis 25. Well, they're celebrating Nemesis' birthday now for Roller Coaster Day, which was last Friday, but its birthday's actually in March, so it's currently down at the moment. They've got operators down here saying it's closed, so we're going to go over to Galactica, come back to this one. Hopefully it won't be down for too long. Definitely have to get on this one before the end of the day. I do love this. It is one of the best.
I thought you meant the monorail.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, this is definitely one of the best B&M inverts in the world. It's one of my favourites. In fact, I'd say it's my favourite invert that I've been on in the world. Been on quite a few, like Montu, Nemesis Inferno.
That one's not as good.
That one's not as good. This is just it's so well themed, and it's just a brilliant ride. Built down into this pit, themed to the alien beast. So over the past few years, I'm sure a few of you have known Towers Love and Care, which is a restoration project around the park, have put some Towers Love and Care into this ride. It got a track repaint over the past couple of years. They repainted it white, and then added the rust effect, which I think really like it was so good that Louise actually said to me when she first rode it, when are they going to get rid of the rust from the ride? And I was like, that's Merlin magic making. Also, the Nemesis Beast got a repaint and a re-theme. I did like the original colours, but they've done it good. It didn't need a repaint.
What were the original colours, Luke?
It was the same sort of colour, but it didn't have as much detail in it. It was more like red and white. You know, there wasn't like shades in between. But not many people come down here. There's like little bits down here, like an old markers, the monorail. There's old bits of theming down here. You can actually see the Nemesis mouth. You can see the teeth up in the station as you go around, just up here. And there's like a big sucker thing here that sits down, which is the bottom of its tongue. It's got its tongue sticking out. So yeah, there's a lot of detail that if you don't actually come down, you'd never see. But yeah, you used to be able to walk down here, actually under this bit, but they've closed it off because there's a measurement tape here.
Why did they close it?
Just probably health and safety. And of course, when you come down here, you can really get some great shots of the ride, like so low down. Look at this, it hugs the ground so well, and all of this was man excavated. This was all like dug out just for this ride, and a lot of the rocks that we used down in Katanga Canyon have been used as theming. Yeah, what a beautiful B&M invert. If you ever get the opportunity to come to this park, you've got to ride it. It is so good. So a few years ago as well, they also got rid of the blood rivers, which was a real shame. That was more down to an environmental problem, like ducks having red feathers and all that. But I'd love it if they could make it so it wasn't a big problem, you know, like so it didn't dye the duck's fur, because it'd been running with it for ages, and now it's just got normal waterfalls. But here you go, this is how close you can get to this roller coaster. Literally, the track is about 1.5 meters away from me here, so you can get super close to it. You seriously do realise how big this coaster is when you come down into the pit. Like when you stand up on the side, you don't really notice how big it is. But it gains speed so quickly and just keeps it right to the end. This is the final overbank turn into the final corkscrew. There's no trains on the track yet. They're in the maintenance shed. So yeah, definitely one of the best themed roller coasters in the park. Actually, I'd probably say it is the best themed roller coaster in the park. Like you got 13 and you got Smiler and all that, but this just is a whole new level.
I think those there.
This Mushroom Cloud Luxury Tours has always been there with the Bren machine gun on front. So over here we got Galactica right next door to Nemesis. And the thing is, when they actually built Galactica, which was air, they had plans for much more theming on this ride. But this was back when Tussauds was starting to think of selling the company, and they cut the budget on the theming of this one so much that it's just a shell of what they originally planned. It was meant to have a themed tunnel with lights. It was meant to have much more in the way of theming around here, but it just ended up being a generic ride because this was the world's first B&M flying roller coaster. They put a lot of money into research and development of this coaster, and we've been on Manta at SeaWorld, haven't we? And
yeah, that's big.
that's very intense. This is a much more...
that thing we
the
went
pretzel
through.
loop is so intense. I just do not like that at all, but I wanted it for the credit. This one was designed with the idea of flying, not just being an intense roller coaster, so it's much slower, takes you through the elements a bit slower. Probably the most intense part on this coaster is when you come through the first drop, you roll onto your back, and that little helix just around here can be quite intense, but the rest of the ride is just perfect. We're probably looking at about a 15-minute queue for this one. Actually, not even that. It's just it's not queuing out of the stations. Both stations are in operation at the moment. A 0-minute queue apparently. Hopefully when we get off of this, Nemi will be up and we can get a ride on that beast. But of course, a few years ago this got themed to Galactica, and then more recently this year they got rid of the VR. Now I never rode it with a VR because it just always had a really long queue. And to be honest, VR on a roller coaster, in my opinion, just takes away from the point of the roller coaster. This does have a killer I'm a Score soundtrack, which I really love. Brilliant roller coaster, get you some ambient shots.
Would all passengers now board using both stations for your flight? The queues are of equal length.
Okay, so one of John Wardley's brilliant roller coasters. So in here you used to get like a picture where you put your hands up against glass, but they got rid of it a few years ago. It's the sad thing with Merlin. Yeah.
Right there, yeah.
It's like they took so much away from it. We're going to boarding station 1 or 2? Take a pick. Okay, so we're going over to 1. Well, you can see actually, but where the old VR gates are, you just got these white signs, which were the back 3 rows. It used to be VR. You used to queue down here for the VR, but it's gone now. So, yeah, the screen with the VR like backstory is all gone now. So a lot of the theming in this ride really doesn't mean anything. They can almost theme it back to air, to be honest. But I certainly do like the Galactica theme. It just needs a bit more theming per se. Right, so we've just come off of Galactica, got row 6, so that's like one train off the back, and I definitely prefer that one nearer the front. I don't know about you though.
Yeah, it's very intense on your back when you first come down.
Yeah, it's a B&M, so it's aged well, but it's getting a bit rough at the back. It had quite a vibration in one of the back rows. If you can get nearer the front on that one though, it is brilliant. Mainly for the view of the front row, I love that one. We're going to head over to Nemesis. When we were going up the hill, I noticed that they were putting the trains on the track for Nemesis, so hopefully they'll be opening it very shortly. Failing that, we'll work out what we're going to do next. The Skyride, like I said, doesn't open until 12, so that's another 45 minutes away. So we'll see how long they're going to be with Nemesis, and then we'll work out what we're going to do from there. All the signage has been given a clean up. Nemesis, the world's most intense ride experience. Probably when it opened it was, but not anymore by no means. Like I said a minute ago, they haven't actually got any trains on the track yet, so that would imply they haven't even test run it today. So I don't know, is Nemi not well today? But you can see a bit better from here. The old trains are still in the maintenance shed, and the transfer track is not in position. That's the main brake run, and yeah, all these trains are still asleep. So I can just see here they're starting to take the trains out of the maintenance shed and put them on. I imagine that means they're going to start testing them in a minute. I've never actually seen this. Let's have a look. literally a giant winch that pulls it across. Very interesting to watch. About a half-hour wait then, they've just opened the queue, so the ride is going to open now, obviously. They're using a little bit of an extension queue. It's quite funny, everyone started to rush towards the entrance.
I was just like,
they're like, we're not opening it yet, and we just hung back and we've actually managed to make it quite close to the entrance of the ride.
I'm not bothered.
You're not going to wait more than 5 minutes, are you? Right, so although the back row is amazing on this, it's very intense on the back. I feel like going on the front row today because I haven't done that in ages, and normally you have to queue quite a bit for it, so we're going to give the front row a go while the queue's probably not that long. Probably have to wait a couple of rides. It depends how many people in front of us want to do the front row. So they've not got any of the waterfalls turned on yet. It doesn't look like they've been on for a while with all the moss. So you really do realise how much they've dug out. All of this was excavated just for this ride to stay below the tree line. So yeah, you really do see how much they blasted out. This is a full-size vertical loop. This is the waffle Nemesis. So we've just come off of Nemesis, we got a front row ride, second train of the day. We found out the reason why they were delayed so long is they had problems with one of the trains, and it is actually only running a one train service at the moment, so the queue has literally accumulated right to the entrance already, so we were very lucky to get on that, otherwise I doubt we would have done it. Obviously with the one train it's just crazy slow operations. I'll show you it, I'll splice it in now.
I can't walk, so Luke has to get.
It is quite an intense ride. I've got to get Louise to go on the back row of that one. It is so good at the back.
I feel like, no, before I did front row as well, so I've never done towards.
You've never done towards the back.
It was Nemesis Inferno that I did.
It's very intense at the back, so I don't know how you felt at the back. Anyway, we're catching the Skyride now. We're going to go over towards 13 and Rita. I don't know what the queues are, but that's where we need to end up now. Then we'll probably go have lunch in the X sector maybe and go from there. So one thing that Alton Towers haven't been very good at this year is their wasp problem. And this is an example, like every bin is like this in the park. They need to really step up their game with wasp control. They're everywhere. Literally, they're everywhere. They're swarming. They're not really stingy wasps. I've not been stung, but they're just annoying. So we're queuing for the Skyride. Probably about 10-15 minute queue, and then we get over to the other end of the park.
I'm on it. See it? What?
Get your feet to rest and feast your eyes on the fantastical sights down below. All float along.
So it started to rain. There was some rain forecast today, so a little bit of spit. I probably had to put the camera away for a little bit now because I don't really want it out in this sort of weather. Louise comes prepared so the vlog may continue. Thanks to Louise having an umbrella, we can actually still film. It's raining quite hard. Now this was forecast, so we're going to use the loos and then we're going to go over to Hex. This little shower should bring the queues down on some of the bigger roller coasters. So we'll see you when we get over to Hex in a minute. I'm protecting my camera, there's a few spits on it. I'm not as brave as Sean Sandbrook when he was doing Roller Coaster Day. His camera got soaked.
Luke has an Instagram channel that he never talks about on here, but we...
It's managed by you, isn't it?
Yeah, me and Lewis tend to go on it the most, and we just take posts throughout the day and ask questions and interesting facts. So if you're interested, Luke will put text at the bottom here
There's
of
a link in the
name of it, and then you can see us on the actual day, and then you can know what vlogs are coming. That's all.
Just got vlog
Mic
bombs.
drop.
Right, anyway, we're going to go to Hex in a moment, so we'll see you over there in a second. So here is the next ride of the day, Hex, the Vekoma Madhouse, which opened in 2000, I believe. It was either 2000 or 2001. I want to say 2000. We went on the Haunting at Drayton Manor, which was actually better than I thought, but this is definitely the king of Vekoma Madhouses, other than the one in Efteling, Villa Volta. That's only because Efteling really go all out with the animatronics and all that. So with the sudden rainfall, it's made this actually gain a queue, probably about 10-15 minutes from here. The thing that people fail to remember is this is a very high capacity ride, so it eats up the queues quickly. I do love the feeling on Hex. So even like in the dark ride here, you're not allowed to film at all, so I'm going to have to put you away from the ride. We're nearly at the front of the queue now, Louise is eating the Kit Kat bombing. We'll see you when we get off the ride, we'll give you a review, and then we'll probably head over to Wickerman, because I'm hoping that this rain kind of makes the queues dark a little bit. I don't even know how well you can see me. Just enjoy some of the theme shots. So this queue is actually in the towers, like this was the entrance to the towers, the grand entrance, and it goes all the way down, and it's actually only the end of the ride where you go into the Vekoma Madhouse, which is where it's an extension, because of course this is a listed building, they couldn't build a permanent structure. So all of these are just scaffold poles that can be removed, and the Vekoma Madhouse building is like a ginormous shed, which is where it's housed. If you look on Google Earth, you can see it quite distinctly. It just does not fit on with the towers at all. But yeah, it's quite interesting that they've used the actual towers for this ride. It has a really good story to it. One day I hope to take you to see the chained oak. Guys, it's here where I'm going to leave you now. We'll see you when we get off of the ride. So we've just come off of Hex. Stopped raining now, which is good. I was just saying to Louise, you know, the ride you can actually see, it's this whole stretch along here. So that tower over the end is the entrance, goes all the way along there. There's the octagon, and then behind the octagon is the false building, or better known as a big shed, where they put the actual ride. So one thing a lot of people don't realise is you can walk through the towers, like literally you can go right to the roof and have a look around. This is the old chapel building. So, yeah, like I was saying, this was the chapel. You know, this bit resembles.
Imagine this is like your bedroom, like your bed's there.
This was like this private church. You know, as you had. And like I say, you can explore a lot more of the towers if you go. When you come off the ride and go left, you can carry on round, and we've done it before, haven't we, Lou?
Yeah, but I'm not really a fan of going to the roof, but Luke always makes it.
It's quite a long trek, and there's a lot of stairs, and it's quite uneven.
I just don't like the height. Luke's like, look
But you get some nice views, and not many people know about it. So if you come here and you want to walk around the towers, it's definitely something different. There's a lot of things to look at, and they do have these like plaques up everywhere.
It's not like a shell room, but you can never go in there, but it's like immaculate in there, isn't it?
Yeah, they have various rooms that aren't accessible to the public because, like the ride does say, it's going to be being restored. It is being restored. It is a Grade 1 listed building, so you do have to respect the fact that sometimes you can't get in certain rooms, etc., etc. So we come around to the front of the castle now, and you've got a view over the old green, which is where the entrance to the park is. Now just kind of mooching around, we're heading towards XX to see if we can get on some rides in there, but the queues for the rides really have like bolstered up. Every ride is like an hour now, so we're just kind of cruising around, see what we can do, and we'll go from there. It's really cool when you come to this park because you can see all the roller coasters, and they've all got to be below tree height. That's one of the like restrictions of this park, so that when you come into the areas, the roller coasters just appear out of nowhere, don't they?
Yeah.
So you're literally like walking around like, oh, you can see like Smiler and stuff, but you can't see it from the tree. So like when you come into the Forbidden Valley, you can't see any of the roller coasters until you enter, which is a really good way to reveal the roller coaster to you, in my opinion. So the X sector was an area built when Oblivion opened in 1998. However, it's now more themed to the Ministry of Joy, which I'm surprised they haven't turned this into the Ministry of Joy facility. We've got Smiler over here, the world's first 14-loop roller coaster, currently holds the record for the most inversions in the world. It's a good coaster. There you go, they've actually put some new signage up, and I'll show you the retheme they've done on the Enterprise. See, the Ministry of Joy's testing facility. Be prepared to disappear into oblivion, take the Smiler's 14 loops. They thank you for your participation.
Nothing about Enterprise.
Nothing about Enterprise. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going anywhere. It's just had a retheme. Like I say, they put a new cap on it. They've done some theming to it. It really looks good. But yeah, I do think they should make this like more themed to the Ministry of Joy. Give Oblivion a bit of a video update. And yeah, it's just one of my favourite areas. The old KFC that was the Chicken Co. Fried Chicken Co. It's just chicken now. Not too keen on their name change. I preferred the Fried Chicken Company.
Yeah, it sounded more like an actual...
But you know why that probably is? They probably want to make it sound healthier. Just not the fried chicken, just chicken. So we're going to have a look in here, see what some lunch options, and then we go from there. I want to go to the Smiler shop.
Miler?
The Miler shop. The donut burger, which was $7.15 with an annual pass discount, so it comes in a donut. It looks quite nice. I'll give you a food review of it in a second. You get a medium drink, chips and a burger, unlimited sauce. These are refillable yourself, so you can refill them. That was $7.19 for the donut burger, and Louise's was £6.20 with the annual pass discount, so not too bad, to be honest. Anyway, I'm going to try this burger now. It's actually a sugary donut. That is really nice. A bit different, but yeah, it's actually a donut. It's not like it's all sugar on top. Interesting flavour, but very yummy. I'd recommend it. Right, so we've just done with lunch. Actually really enjoyed that, so Just Chicken is another good place to eat.
Nicer than mine.
Oh yeah, mine wasn't too. I think the recipe chicken, like you had one bit that was quite dry, but the other bits were good. And you got a bonus piece.
You ate the other one.
It was like a chicken bowl. We're just going past the Smiler now, currently on a 70-minute queue. I don't know whether I believe that or not. We're going down to the Smiler shop. Looks like it's just broken down. They're sending empty trains around. Around here you can see Enterprise has had a bit of work on it. It's got the little green optical illusion on it now. Just had a bit of a rehash. It's starting to rain a bit. But yeah, that looks nice. Had a bit of a repaint. There's some new signage down here as well, which ties in with the Ministry of Joy. Just looking a lot more healthy. I like the green to it. We're just going into Buy the Smiler. I do like this shop, it's really large and has a nice like video of like QVC style, which kind of sells the products in a way.
Gives a smile, but here at the Smiler Shop TV, our gift is a smile. Smile.
See, I do like these videos. You can find these on YouTube.
Everyone you meet,
Plenty of merch. We're just walking around and literally by pure luck it started tipping it down like Florida style. So we're going to stay in this shop for a minute until that stops. Hopefully that should kill some of the queues off. Fun fact, Louise, you used to, or the plan was, you could actually see the inline roll under the station here, but because how dark it is down there, it never worked, so they ended up just covering it up. But this is a glass floor. Hopefully this rain will clear out some of the queues, because it's raining on and off quite hard now, so...
Sorry, I'm gonna
Okay. So we're going to head towards the Wickerman direction, see what the queue's like for that, and go into the Sea Life Centre like I just said. The rain is like on and off and it's quite hard, isn't it, between its little spells.
Yeah.
So I'm quite glad I've got this umbrella. Louise has her hood so I can protect the camera and keep the vlog going. But I can't stretch my arm out as much as I want.
Oh, it has to be very
It has to be very zoomed into my face like here because I don't want to get the camera too wet. Anyway, we'll see you when we get over to Mutiny Bay because there's not much to see, to be honest, apart from a bit of rain and some fields.
I thought you said some bins.
And some bins.
Actually, where are the wasps though? They're
No, do you know what? They retreat, but then Louise made a very good point earlier about the bins. They wouldn't have half the problem if all the bins were like this and had closed lids on them.
This is a good idea.
All the ones in the queues have open tops and the wasps just nest in them. So, yeah, Alton Towers need to work on bins that have lids. I know.
And if they're worried about having bins that are enclosed, they should just do the same as London do. So you can see everything in there, just have clear bin racks.
Yeah.
We sound so old. Like, who even does that?
Well, when there's as many wasps as there are, we do. Let's cut across the grass because I don't want to walk all the way up there to walk back. So here we are on one of those rides that you always question why we have in England. It's probably usable really for like 2 or 3 days of the summer holidays. And then every other time you just get absolutely soaked and sit in the cold. It's busier when it's raining as well, I guess. But depending on how many people want to shoot you, you can get soaked on this. Here we are at the GCI Woody. We're just going to have a look at the queue because I want to see how it's doing because sadly their Wi-Fi is not really working today. It says 50 minutes on the board, but we can judge it from where it stands. It's got the extension queue out, but no one's in. Oh, Big Bob's shoulders are working. Well, actually, his shoulder on this side isn't working, but the other one is. So, good to know. So it's queuing. Yeah, it probably is about right, 50, maybe an hour, I'd say, because you're queuing from this first area, so it's quite a long queue. Probably make this last ride of the day. A bit of a money-saving spur. They've made it so you take your own picture now. So rather than there being an operator here, rather than an operator being here, you just smile for the camera. What do you do? Press the button? Where's the button? There's a button apparently somewhere.
Where?
I don't know. So here's the sea life here. Very colourful. Looks like it's had a bit of work onto it.
Point today, but from end to end, our pirate ship is 7 metres long. Quite an impressive size. But despite reaching that immense size, they are gentle giants, really. They just sort of cruise around with their mouth open.
Hang on, mate. Which one?
Florida.
Donut. Oh my god.
Right, so the plan now is Wickerman is far too busy to queue for. It's got at least an hour queue. It's advertising 50 minutes. But yeah, it's coming near the entrance now. We're going to head over to the Skyride and go all the way to the back of the park where we're going to queue for either 13 or Rita. Don't know which one we're going to queue for, but we're going to do one of them. Which one do you want to do? We haven't done Rita.
I like 13.
Okay, we'll see the queues and we will go on one of them no matter what the queue is. There is an air ambulance landing. Something's happened. Someone has had a little accident. The air ambulance is going to save them. As you've just seen, has just landed in the towers. A lot of people are like, oh, what's happened? Has there been an accident? It's like,
it's all the commotion.
Yeah, and
love
the thing is, right, people at theme park, there are occasionally people that have like heart attacks, you know, people that fall ill. You know, I might get a look back at this and be able to find out what the actual reason for the air ambulance arriving here was. But it's quite interesting to see it land here. Probably something to do with it. I'd imagine a guest has been taken unwell.
So.
Yeah, they're walking out. It's probably just someone's probably been, you know, gone on a ride and felt funny, might be having heart palpitations or something. Could be a member of staff. Yeah, quite cool to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, because of that, the queue for this has died right off. Just enjoying the Skyride now as we go through the central station of Forbidden Valley towards the Dark Forest. So we've just come off of the Skyride and we've noticed that there is actually a fire engine and an ambulance outside of the Skyride, and 13 is actually closed at the moment, so this is a bit concerning. So has there been a fire somewhere? Yeah, there's a bit of a commotion going on, don't know what. We're going to go into the Dark Forest now. I don't know whether we're going to be able to go that way, we might have to go around. So the sun's come back out now and I'm just curious as to what's going on. It's probably absolutely nothing, but yeah, like 13's closed at the moment. It's obviously nothing to do with 13 because Rita's still running and the Dark Forest is open. If it was something serious, they would have closed that area off. So yeah, maybe there was a little fire somewhere. I'm sure it will come out in time and I'll have to fill you guys in because this vlog won't be coming out for a couple of weeks. 13 is closed. It's a shame. So Rita it is, apparently a 50-minute queue. We're going on Rita. I don't think we're going to be staying here much longer after Rita because it's going to be coming around 4 o'clock and we've got a long drive ahead of us. We'll be coming back here next month as well, which is always a good thing. But yeah, this has got a 50-minute queue, so it's going to bring us around to about 4 o'clock. And then we'll start heading back to the entrance. If Wickerman has a dead spot...
the shop?
Oh yeah, definitely. If Wickerman has a dead spot, we'll go on that, but I'll keep you updated. Queuing before the coasters. This is what we do in the queues. Don't zoom in.
What are you doing in the queue?
Get some B-roll shots and on my phone. This is very close to my face.
Your girlfriend?
No, not at all.
Right, I found enough.
So we've just come off of Rita and Louise's been a bit of a boo-head. She wants to go now. It's just gone 4 o'clock, park's open until 6. We've got a journey ahead of us, but I was like, let's go on the Wickerman. So Louise said to me once about this flooring and I can't unsee it. What did you say about them?
It's not very close.
Okay, but you call them gummy bears?
Yeah.
Because they slightly resemble gummy bears, which okay, very loosely.
They're wiggly.
I can kind of see it, and I kind of can't unsee it now.
Yeah, they're jellies.
Not really.
They are.
So yeah, it's about 4:10 now. We're going to be calling it. We are coming back here next month in September. We're going to be doing, hopefully, not 100% confirmed, but Blackpool, Alton Towers and Drayton Manor. Drayton Manor's confirmed because we've got rainy day tickets, and here is almost confirmed.
I go to Blackpool because I missed the big
Oh, it was so good, wasn't it? But yeah, we're planning on doing that in the first couple of weeks of September, so keep an eye out for that. I imagine this video is probably coming out around the beginning of September, given the upload schedule. The sun's come back out. It's quite busy here, but like I say, next month it should be really dead, so we're just going to do one night here. We might even do one day and just drive to Drayton Manor afterwards. It will depend, it will all be played by ear. But yeah, I've had a really good day. What about you, Lou?
I've had a really good day.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Had it at a nice pace, you know, we haven't like been rushing on coasters, but during the summer holidays you can't really.
No.
Because it's just so busy, you know. We're used to coming in off-peak times where it's literally just 5 minute queue, 5 minute queue. But like yesterday we made the mistake, we had our dungeon queue, and then we went to Nemesis, and like Nemesis and Galactica had like a 50-minute queue, and it's like, oh, but our Wickerman thing, our dungeons thing is in 50 minutes. Like, so here we are, Towers Trading Company. This is, we're just commenting on the bear's sad face. This shop had a refurbish at the beginning of the season, or the candy part did, so let's have a look at some of the merch they got available. Smell lots of sweets in here. I'm liking what they've done with the shop. Large tubs of candy floss for £6. The thing is, when you go to parks like Drayton Manor and Blackpool, I don't know if this is about you, and some of the other smaller parks, you really realise how much Merlin put the prices up and stuff.
Yeah, where were we the other day?
Drayton Manor?
No, Cadbury World.
Oh yeah,
and everything was so cheap. It was like, get that, get that.
We
get
literally
that.
got t-shirts, toys, yeah, like, and it was about 5 or 6 items, and it came to about 26 quid. But here, that would be like you've bought a sweet. So the sweet part's been refurbished. They've kind of repainted this, and they got a lot more merch now. So here in this part of the shop is where you can get all your ride merch. So you've got a section for the Wickerman, which shows all the merch. You've got a Dungeons area over there, you've got the Smiler over here next to that 13. Looks like Nemesis behind it, General Towers merch. So it's all in here. If you see something during the day you like, this is the shop to get it from. Me and Louise keep saying we need to do this. You can mark a brick at the entrance. 50 quid I think, you get a discount on it with your annual pass. We'll probably pay to do that one day. We really like this mug set, and it's on sale at the moment, £10 cheaper than standard price. No annual pass discount on it though. While these things are in the sale, there is no further discount applicable. And here's another new thing in the shop, is the personalised dairy milk bar. However, the price is disgustingly expensive. So you get 850 grams and you can put your name in. So what, you just tap it? Enter name. Oh, I can't put World of Coasters, it's too long. But £18 is far too steep, considering the 850 gram bars in Cadbury's World the other day were only £5 on offer. They're normally £10, so even that's cheaper. So there we go, on the emoji one I can actually put the full name, so what do I do now? And that's how we've got a unicorn with World of Coasters on it. Right, so with that guys, we're going to end the vlog here. Thank you for joining us again on another one of our adventures to Alton Towers. Like I said, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. There's more theme park content coming on a weekly basis. Don't forget to check out the Instagram. There's a link down in the description, and we'll see you again real soon. Till then, ciao.
Bye.